Kia ora koutou, welcome to another episode of Rig Rundown's Aotearoa. I'm here today with Andrew Genge, renowned Christchurch session and live musician from bands such as the Penny Blues, Oval Office, Headrush. Andy, pleasure to be here today, man.
Thanks for having me, mate.
Looking forward to having a chat about your gear. Getting ready for a gig tonight. Is that going to be the weapon of choice tonight?
Yeah, this will probably get played most of the time.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't actually own that many guitars anymore, so this will probably be the one. Yeah.
Mhm. What is it?
It's a bit of a mongrel now. It started off as a stock Clapton Stratocaster, and then it had a bit of an accident on a gig where a speaker stack fell on it.
A speaker stack?
Speaker stack, yeah.
Right.
Some pissed patron in a bar.
Yep.
Knocked the speaker stack over, so it knocked the neck and the original neck, and it never really quite played the same for me afterwards. I couldn't really tweak it the way I wanted, so I got on eBay and got a replacement neck, which happens to be a Clapton custom shop neck. So I whacked that on there, and yeah. But apart from that, the rest of it stock. I mean, these have all been replaced, and the tuners have been replaced as they wear out, and pots have been replaced. The pickups are still the original Fender noiseless, which are kind of okay.
Yep.
I've thought about changing them from time to time. But
yeah,
but they seem to work pretty good, you know. And I don't get any of that sock or hum on stage, no.
Yeah, sure. Do you have a mid boost on that?
Yeah,
you do. Yeah,
that's the other thing I got tweaked in here. So the mid boost is still the same in the bottom.
Yep.
Which is cool because I can get close to that humbucker sort of sound, thicken it up a wee bit. And then I had that changed. Originally, I had what they call a TBX in it, which boosts the bass and the tops. So I got that ripped out, and it's just a master tone across the whole thing now.
Oh, right, okay, yep. Excellent. Yeah. Do you, and this is just for me personally actually, do you have any preference with rosewood or maple in terms of sound? What was on it originally? Was it a rosewood neck?
It was a maple neck like this.
Maple neck as well, yeah.
Yeah, not really. I like rosewood boards as well. I had rosewood boards. I think I like the look of the maple better.
Yep, fair.
But, rosewood plays great too, and they're cool.
Yeah, sweet. Now, I remember having a chat to you over a beer, this is a wee while ago, and you said you had your Strat refinished.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It really is like Granddad's old axe. Sort of keep fixing things up on it. Yeah, the original paintwork, it sort of chipped off, so I was finishing gigs and I was just ending up with these big handfuls of paint and big clumps down at the thing, so it was...
Some people pay big money for that.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. It was just falling off all over the place, so I got it stripped and got it redone.
Yeah.
It's not a nitro finish, it is a lacquer. I can't tell you what type of lacquer it is.
Yep.
But a guy in Christchurch refinished it for me.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it's starting to show some wear again now, you know.
Yep.
Dinging up and wearing away a bit.
Yeah. Battle wounds, yeah?
Battle wounds, yeah. It gets played pretty hard and a lot, you know.
Yeah. What are you running string-wise on it, mate?
At the moment I've got 9 to 46, so I've kind of lightened it up a lot. And it just seems to work for this Strat and E standard.
9s, yeah?
Yeah, I do play a lot in E flat in some other bands, and it's a bit spongy for that, so probably I think I'll look at getting another Strat set up with a heavier gauge string for the E flat standard.
Sure,
But in E standard it works pretty good.
Yeah. What brand? You on the Darius or?
No, these are elixirs. I've used elixirs for ages. They cost a wee bit more, but they seem to get a bit more out of it. And I like the feel of them. They stay, don't get so much grime on them. And
right.
They stay a bit slinky.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, no, I got to agree with you, man. I do love a maple on a black. There's something about that, eh? Yeah. Sweet. What have we got back here in Ibanez? Yeah.
So at the back there.
Oh, hello. Yeah, what do we have here?
So this is an old Ibanez AS180, and I brought this when I first moved to Christchurch when I started studying at what was called the CPIT Jazz School then. It's called RO Music Arts now.
Yep.
So I brought this maybe 20 years ago. So and for a long time this was my only gap. So I played everything on it. I played covers, I played funk, blues, jazz primarily, and
it's a Japanese one, yeah?
It's a Japanese one,
yeah. Lovely.
It's 90, I think it's 95 or 96, something like that. Got it because I couldn't quite stretch to a Gibson, but it plays pretty good. You know?
Yeah. So it's still a regular gig axe?
Becoming more and more so. I'm taking it out more. For a long time I didn't have it. I actually did a trade with my mate for 3 years. So he gave me his Les Paul, and he had this for a couple of years. So
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, and then it came back. Yeah.
it came back. Yeah, and I've tweaked it a wee bit and sort of got it playing a little bit better now. You know,
Yeah.
for a while I wasn't very happy with it. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, it plays pretty good. You know.
Yeah, lovely detail on it. The binding and that taut on the pickguard there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a bit different. It's
Yeah, that
kind of
90s Japanese stuff has a really good reputation. Yeah.
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 I'm pretty.
Every,
I don't think I could ever get rid of it. You know, it's one of those ones. Even if I've got another 335 or something, it would still sit under the bed. Just sentimental attachment. You know.
yeah.
It sounds nice when you're doing it. Just nice guitar.
Yeah, beautiful. All stock. Pickups are the same. Pots, everything.
Yeah, everything's stock. I think maybe just like all my guitars, I tend to wear out the volume pot quite a lot because I ride it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's all stock. This was originally a coil switch splitter on this pickup, but I got a local guy, Alan Farrow, to rip out for me because I kept knocking it when I was playing and I didn't like the sound of the single coil split. So it's just 2 humbuckers now, so that just sits there and doesn't really do anything. You know?
Oh, okay. So that's completely.
That's just a space saver. You know?
Yeah, right. Gotcha. Yeah, and string wise on that. What are you running?
I'm running 11 to. Good question. 11 to 49, I think, something like that. Yeah. Just whatever the regular set of Elixir.
Yeah. So quite a lot heavier than the Strat. Yeah.
Yeah, but it just sort of it works on this guitar. It doesn't feel too heavy, and you know, I'm a big believer in whatever serves the guitar. You know, whatever works right on the guitar.
Defo. Yeah. Oh, it's a beauty, man. Yeah, excellent. Well, moving along to what you've got on the ground here. What do we got going on here, man? Are you going to play through it with the Strat or with the Ibanez first?
I might switch to the Strat.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah. So back on the Strat, having a look at what you got going on the floor here.
So I mean, it's pretty stock standard, everyday gigging stuff, I guess. So I'm running into I've got a wah pedal, which is I think it's called a bud wah.
Yep.
Buddha wah or something like that, which is cool, you know, it just does what a wah does. It goes waka chaka. From there it's going into the pedal board. What am I doing here? I've got this thing on the side which is sort of an interface thing, so it lets me tap other pedals wherever I want on the chain.
Right.
So, like the wah here I've got out the front. But if I wanted to put a volume pedal in, I can insert a volume pedal after the drives and then before all the modulation and the delays and stuff, which allows me to do different things. Yeah.
So is that a custom setup, or is that something a company makes?
I think it's made by Rockboard or Warwick or something like that.
Okay, right, yeah.
And I've just patched it up there and put it all together.
Yep.
So from there it's pretty standard. Just goes into a tuner.
Yep.
Where am I going from there? I think I'm going into the Univibe, which works sometimes. Yep, today it's not working. Yeah, it's currently broken. Taking the top off. So,
sounds great.
It does sound good when it goes. I wouldn't say it's the best Univibe I've ever played. It maybe lacks a little bit of headroom, but it's good. It's nice and Hendrixy.
Yep.
From there, I'm coming into a Love Pedal Believe, which is an Octavia, sort of a ring modulator thing. Which doesn't sound so great when it's by itself, but then when you put it with a drive pedal, it picks it up. And it's it's a one-trick pony. That's what it does.
Yeah.
So that's that. Then I'm going into the Greer Lightspeed, which is cool. It's I used tube screamers for a long time, but I couldn't really get on with the mid hump so much. It just sort of got on the road. Sometimes when I was but this here, I can go. And it's quite transparent. Stuff like that. That's the line, and it doesn't really make. When you hear it like that, it's not that much of a difference, but when you really dig in. Just gives it a little bit more thickness. You know?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I use that a lot for if I'm doing, well, a lot of the time it just stays on. You know, it's like both of my drive pedals; they tend to just stay on, and I ride the volume a lot.
Yeah.
This is a heavier game. So it's made by a company in Nashville called Zactone Solutions, and it's called a Winfield drive, and it's pretty cool. I took a punt because you can't get them in New Zealand, so took a punt and found one secondhand on eBay, and had that. You know, it's quite cool. It's kind of like a really modified rat pedal, I guess, with some more tonal options in there. You know, you can tweak the sound a wee bit, but it can get kind of fuzzy, but then it can really clean up quite well too. So that's it. Then you take it right back.
Just giving that hint right at the end, yeah?
Yeah, it's just putting a little bit of hair on it, but it can really clean up. Yeah. Which means that I can really, like I like to do, it's just to have it on and just ride that all the time, you know?
Yeah.
For the sort of gigs that we're doing tonight, you know, a straight ahead sort of bluesy, rootsy gig, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe for a covers thing, I wouldn't do that so much, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to from there? Oh, from this, it's into this boost pedal, which is a super sweet.
Yep.
Which just does what it does. It just lifts it up a wee bit. So if I'm getting drowned out by the bass player and the drummer, I can push it up over the top.
So does that happen often?
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah.
Controversy.
Yeah. I'm not the quietest player, but I'm not the loudest player either.
Yeah.
So it just kicks it up, and it just does what it does. It's got quite a cool EQ thing on the side, so if I want to boost a certain frequency, I can put the tops up, or the high mids, or the low mids, or the bass.
Is that something you do like during a gig to adjust that?
Sometimes, yeah. If I'm not happy with it.
So it's actually that user friendly that you can even adjust that during a gig, yeah?
Yeah, it's just little dips on the side. But the way the pedalboard is, it's a bit of a bitch to get into, so I've got to use the pick and tweak it with that. You know?
Yeah.
But you know,
easy on a dark stage, yeah?
Yeah, real easy on a dark stage.
After a couple of beers.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. You know, sometimes if I'm not happy with the clean tone that I might be getting in a certain venue or stage or something, I can use that to tweak the EQ a wee bit too, and just leave it on all the time, which is kind of cool. So yeah, it's just like most of the stuff on my pedalboard. It's all about sort of multi-purpose, you know. So it's just that I can do different things when I need to be able to do them, you know. Yeah, from there into the chorus, I'm a filthy 80s boy.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, so I got onto that chorus. So I really got onto a guy called Michael Landau and read that he was using this on the chorus. This is a modded one a little bit, but it just gives you that 80s. Which is kind of cool. The other thing I like about it though too is that I can do things like this. I make a little stream. So you can kind of get a Leslie sound out of it. It's not quite a Leslie, but it's pretty close.
That was Badge, right?
That was Badge.
That was Badge, yeah. Oh, let's hear that one more time. Come on,
It's kind of cool, you know. So
does a fairly good job of a Leslie there.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, you know, 99% of the people standing up front, they're not going to know the difference. It's just the guitar geeks that are out there going, that's not a real Leslie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck them. Yeah, so from there, it goes into the delay pedal. This is made by Providence. That's been on my board for a long, long time. I like it because it doesn't get in the road of what I'm doing. It's just there. But I have got the options. I can do all the subdivisions, and I can tap on it, which is cool. It just sort of sits there with a couple of repeats, or I can make it longer. Into the Flint.
Yep.
Which I guess everyone knows what Flint is. You know, it's been around so long.
Yeah.
I think it's really good because I haven't got reverb on my amp. So I use it on that.
Is that something that's on most of the time as well?
Pretty much, yeah. The only time I really change the setting on that's set pretty subtle. Just there to give it a little bit.
Yep.
Sometimes I might do things like this. know, and do that sort of thing. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I just sort of tweak it on the fly sometimes.
Yeah.
And then it's got a really good tremolo on it, and I like the fact that it's got a harmonic tremolo. I'm a big fan of that. You know, it's just really sort of subtle. It's not choppy.
It's a shimmer.
Yeah,
real shimmery.
Yeah, which I kind of dig for chordal stuff. But then it does have the other ones in there that I probably use them as well. So sometimes I use that more for a uni-vibe. Like I'll probably use it tonight as a uni-vibe because the uni-vibe's kaput. So
yeah,
you can set the harmonic trim and get kind of vibey on it as well.
Excellent. Yeah. So a lot of and Cam was saying that too, that he uses a pedal like that just to give it a bit because there's nothing on the amp. Yeah, and you're running a Bassman too, I see.
I'm running a Bassman.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that one?
I think I got that maybe 10, 15 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
I was using DeVille's and I had a Boogie and different things before it, you know. But, you know, I plugged into one and it was just so good, you know. It's just such an even tone and it takes pedals really, really well, you know. You can put anything through it and it'll pretty much sound good, you know. It's just a good, even platform, you know?
Yeah.
And it's plenty loud, you know. I can put that on stage and it'll outdo stacks and loud bass players and drummers most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not too heavy. It probably, you know, it's probably a little bit loud for a lot of venues now. You can't really crank up like you used to. But it's just a good amp, you know. And it's been a good warhorse, you know. It's only had the occasional retube, and I think the chassis fell out of it one stage and replaced, you know. But it's been pretty good, you know.
Yeah. Any idea what sort of year it is? You said 10, 15 years ago you bought it. Was that new, was it?
I think it was new.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was prior to the quakes in Christchurch, so that'd be at least 10 years.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Nah, I'm loving the amount of tweed going on the stage here. I'm looking forward to the gig later, man. Andy, an absolute pleasure, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much. Big fan of your sound, and thanks so much for running us through it. Enjoy the gig tonight, bro.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.